Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the OnFire B2B podcast where we take business owners and CEOs in the B2B space. 6 questions, 9 minutes, because the best know when to be concise and when to end. And here we go. Question number 1 in a couple sentences. Who are you and what do you do?
My name is Chuki Obiyo, and 2 things. First, I believe gratitude is undefeated. So thanks to you, Bob, and to TC for the great work that you do. And thanks to everyone listening to this podcast. Second, I believe success is progress. So I make progress every day as the founder and chief coaching officer of Chuki Law. And this is an initiative to help lawyers at all levels sell better. Why? Because we believe that lawyers provide advice to protect rights and promote justice. Thank you.
You're welcome. Love it there. Question number 2. What is the best thing about working with businesses?
The business development plan. We help rainmakers and aspiring rainmakers make progress on their individual business development plans.
Awesome. Question number 3. I'm hearing from other top executives that getting from decision makers can be a challenge. What are your thoughts?
I agree with that. And I think you meet that challenge in 2 ways: practicing empathy and authenticity. Empathy at your organizational level and authenticity at the individual business developer level.
Perfect. Question number 4. What advice would you share with other companies working in the B2B industry? Go.
Yes, the advice would be sure to do an empathy audit across all of your collateral, your sales collateral, your marketing collateral, to ensure that you're not self-congratulating, but you're focused on what is valuable to your end client, and not just your end client, but your client's client or your customer's customer.
Okay, so how do you do an empathy audit?
Yes, the way you do an empathy audit is you look at all of the write-ups that you have, write-ups by email, write-ups in your brochures, write-ups on your website, to make sure that you're using soft verbs, actionable verbs. You're not self-congratulated. You're not self-consumed in how you describe your value proposition. You provide case studies that are truly case studies from the perspective of your client and your stakeholders.
Awesome. Another thing you asked me to do, you wanted to talk about, was doing authenticity audits on the individual business developer level. Can we talk about that a little bit?
Absolutely. So this is really important. Each individual business developer has a firm-wide or a company-wide goal. What that individual has to do is to personalize that goal, to make it authentic to them. So if you find yourself being better able to engage with decision makers by email, you should optimize your email approach. If you find yourself really savvy with social media marketing, LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, you should optimize that. So you want to over-index and flex on the avenue to reach decision makers that is most authentic to you and that is sustainable.
Perfect. Question number 5. What other top CEOs and business owners in the B2B industry like yourself that you would like to acknowledge as a leader and could be on the OnFire B2B podcast?
Yeah, Bob, I'll answer this in a relatively innovative way. I think you, Bob, you are a leader in the B2B space, and I would enjoy your responses to these questions as well. I think it would be a great perspective and wisdom for the community at large.
Well, yeah. Again, I'll ask myself if I want to be on. So there we go there. Let's get to question number 6. And this is the most important question of the podcast. Tell me about your first time, your first sale.
Great. So one of my first big deals was in my first year in college, Bob. I needed to cover my school expenses. I also needed to purchase my first car. So I took this internship where I sold books door to door. And our biggest competitor at the time were really public libraries. And then also this thing, Bob, called the internet was a bit of a challenge. And nobody was buying books from door-to-door salesmen. And I determined that to really find success in this endeavor, I needed to be professionally persistent. So I would do all this research. I would go neighborhood to neighborhood within my sales territory and really find out about the different families and also their needs for education, their needs for information resources. And I happened to stumble up on this phenomenal family where they had the opportunity to really invite me in. They were having a barbecue and I gave a pitch. And it's funny, each time I would get a no, going door to door, I would re-emphasize and re-enhance my pitch. So with this particular family, I mean, my pitch at this stage was really, really optimized. So I go in there, I'm uber passionate, very focused. I'm hitting all the notes, all the right points. And lo and behold, they not just purchase one book, but they buy our whole collection of books.
Nice.
And in turn, I'm able to, cover some of those school expenses and purchase my first car.
Awesome.
So,
I love that there. So Chuki, you now have 3 minutes and 3 minutes and 20 seconds left. Promo time. Ask me a question, talk about the weather, or since the best know when to be concise and when to end, we end early, go.
Great. So I have a question for you, Bob. You are an innovator with your hats.
Mm-hmm.
So give me a sense for your philosophy on the best hats.
Really, for me, it's the reason I wear this here, I really have a philosophy. I just put it on because it works. Is I used to be a political consultant. And when I literally, when I say stumbled into that industry, literally it hopped into my lap, never had any aspirations for being in politics. And so I'm talking to some of my friends and we realized that I'm not rich. I'm not a Bush, Kennedy, Clinton, Trump, et cetera, et cetera. And I don't have a political science degree. So how do I get known? So I started wearing this hat. And I don't know if you've ever been to a political event, but it's a bunch of old people that whenever they see someone, they do the hi, and no one can look cool doing that. So I would just look at them. I would just do a tip of the hat. And I started becoming known as the guy in the hat. And that's basically became my branding for the last, 12 years now.
Bob, I love it. Tip of the hat to that.
And you don't pick up the hat. You just do a little bit of a flick of it and that's it there. Touch the rim, move it, finger, done. That's it.
That is brilliant. That is brilliant. Thanks for sharing.
Yeah, you're welcome. So you got 2 minutes and 30 seconds left. Would you like some promo time?
Not at all. Thank you so much for this opportunity and this platform and all the great work that you do.
Hey, not a problem. You pulled it off. 6 questions in 9 minutes because the best know when to be concise and when to end. Your website, say it real quick.
ChukiLaw.com.
In the description, it's magic. There we go. Chuki, thank you so much for being on. Tip of the hat to you.
Tip of the hat.
And for everyone else watching or listening, make sure you check out more episodes of the OnFire B2B podcast. My name is Bob Clark. You all have a wonderful day. Talk to you later. Bye.